Hello, our esteemed viewers. You are yet again welcome to a fresh episode of Twinning with the Tagwayes. In this program, we have set of twins that we discuss their relationship as twins, their day-to-day life, and of course, their family. And here today with us in the studio, we have Mr. Daniel and Mr. Samuel live in the studio with us. Please, can you say hi to our viewers?
Hi, viewers. My name is Sam Alabi, engineer. It's my pleasure to be here with you today.
Okay, so my name is Dan Alabi, and it's a pleasure to be here today. Looking forward to good discussion with my friends turned brothers, and hoping that we can give you a good time also.
Yeah. So this one is a musician, and this is a dancer.
Thank God, say you know be God.
Anyway, I got to separate both from experience. Peter and Paul, P Square. You know, one says he can sing when he always dances. The other one says he sings when he also tries to dance. So I think there should be a division of labor. While one is singing, one should be dancing. Okay. And then I have my co-host, the man with the money. You know, he doesn't.
Don't worry, don't mention that.
Yeah,
Don't mention that.
he doesn't say much.
Yeah.
You know, he only signs checks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always bounce. Anyway, I have my co-host here, Prince UC Ingawa, and then of course, right here you have MC Tagwayes. Let me start with Samuel, because he's in my right hand and he's a bit far from me. I would want to know, what is the most challenging thing as a twin? Something that you feel is quite challenging between yourself and your twin brother. This is really a challenge.
If we're referring to personal challenge, a challenge between myself and Dan as individuals, I don't see any. But when we now take the challenge out of between two of us, you now say, okay, two of us versus the rest of the world. Then now there way that challenge where they no need to overstate. You did there.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you step out and somebody will come and accost you with a discussion that you have absolutely no idea of. And you have suddenly turned between the devil and the deep blue sea. It's either you tell the person that you are talking to the wrong person and embarrass the person, or you pretend and assume that you understand within they go on, and then you just try and flow with the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That challenge is always there. In fact, I have a very funny story of one. So this happened final year university. We attended the same university, by the way, Federal University of Technology, Owerri. But we were in two different faculties. On this particular day, I was going to town. So I was in the bus. And one girl tapped me from behind. Say, hey, Dan. That matter where we been dey talk now. You see, the thing don't go like this, it don't go like that. And I have absolutely no idea. So I corrected her politely. You are not talking to Dan. No. This is his brother. She said, I don't hear say you get brother for this school. But the boy no pull my leg now, you are beg. I said, no, you are talking to the brother. By the time she accepted, she had attracted the attention of the whole bus and she was really embarrassed. Fast forward 3 days after, I don't know where to carry my leg, go in faculty. Now I climb upstairs. The same girl now came. She run. Say, if you see how your brother embarrassed me in the park.
Wow.
Say I jam your brother inside motor. Na so I dey talk to am. The guy just dey insist say he no be him. People come dey look me inside bus like say I be mumu. Again, she's now reporting to the wrong person. When her friends now came out and say, the person where they talk, Dan dey inside classroom, oh, my brother be this, oh. So you now imagine the girl now want enter ground. So when you talk about challenge, us versus the world, yes, this remains one of those challenges that we have to deal with. Other than that, there are the perks of it also, but we are talking about challenge. It doesn't get further than that.
Yeah, thank you so much. What can Dan tell us? Challenging, happenings around.
So I think that whatever I will say is not going to be far from what Sam had just said. The challenge that I'm sure that you both also know, and any other twin that will sit here, if they are identical, will also agree. It's not far from that misconception. Now, growing up, there was that constant rift between us, which we quickly outgrew as we were growing up. So I will say that is no longer a concern, because I'm not sure I fought with anybody, physical fight, where would they fight a throw blow, more than the way I fought with him. but those were the days when we were children and growing up. In fact, sometimes we would run around the house. In fact, in my community today, they still know us. When we enter the community, they remember our days as children fighting. That much they will remember more than any other thing. In fact, I pray that I cannot wait for the older generation to go out of phase so that I'll stop hearing those stories anytime I go to the picture. But if you take that out of the picture, we quickly agreed, because I'm sure by the time we started getting to primary 5, primary 6, we had stopped all that fighting, and we had now become a tag team, a formidable team.
Yeah.
So from then on, there is no challenge, so to say, between us. We understand each other very well. In fact, I'd say that our teamwork is bigger than the challenge now that is between us. And it's seen everywhere, even on the football field. Say we are on the pitch today, we are playing ball on a weekend.
They know the group put us for the same
They
team.
don't like to put us on the same team.
Because that team will go win.
Because it's almost like in Barcelona in those old days, between when Ronaldinho and Eto'o had that fantastic combination where he doesn't have to look up. He knows if he send that pass, Eto'o did there.
He will pick it.
He just knows. And when Eto'o sees that Ronaldinho is with the ball, he just knows his positioning. He knows where to just be running straight. He knows the ball will come to him. It's that kind of a combination. So they know, they don't allow it. In my office, when we gather to play, they will never agree. They say, no, this person will be in one team, that person will be in another team, because it's almost like they don't stand a chance. So it now became a tag team after that infighting early days. But to take that infighting early days away, I think that the challenge that we can discuss today is that challenge of people mistaking us all the time. And people, especially that aspect of coming to accost you. I don't know whether people forget that this person are twins. So if you see them, at least try and
find out.
Try and at least even pause a while, hesitate and question yourself small. But they just come at you immediately. They see you and they start opening all those conversations. And as he said, you are just torn between, should I just, because they've drawn that attention, if you just go and say you are talking to the wrong person, the person is not embarrassed.
Yeah.
So are you going to embarrass the person, or will you save the person's head?
Okay. Another question I have, I don't know if you have anything to throw there.
Yeah.
Do you face that?
I absolutely.
No, we didn't face that. It faced us.
It's virtually the same thing everywhere, but mine is really disturbing is that I'm a bit chubby than my twin brother.
No, it's not a bit. You are chubby.
No, are you the one explaining?
No, I don't like people giving themselves hope unnecessarily. You are chubby.
So, let me use another word. I added.
You're fat. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm bigger than him anyway. So
Yeah,
the issue is that
in size.
whenever people see me, at times I start to ask myself, don't you see I'm bigger than this guy? Do you understand? But still they insist. Due to he's a comedian, they will be like, that let's have a picture. I'll say he's not the one. The next thing, some of them will understand, walk away quietly. Some of them will be like, they will start murmuring while leaving, like, what is he feeling like? Because they want to take picture. What is he feeling like? Do you understand? So the the thing keep happening. It gets to a point whenever you tell me, MC Tagway, can we have a picture? I will say, okay. You will take a picture. And you will carry my picture going around telling people that you met MC. He's not the one. But since you don't want to hear it, you go
No,
with the one.
they mostly even end up tagging me.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, I met MC Tagway today. I will see it as say,
So it's really challenging, kind of, But the thing is that in terms of fighting, uh, I've never fought my fellow man, if not him. For once, I've never fought anyone in my life, if not him. And I'm so sure that he has not fought anyone as well, physically, if not. And how did ours happen? It has always been the quarrel of the mouth. You are stupid. You are this. You are that. Get out. This. And my mom keep hearing this for years. One day, I think we were around 12, 13 then. One day, she locked the gate and say, you people have used mouth a lot. Today, you're going to use your strength. As if it's a play. This woman go carry cane, flog me, say, you people should fight. Fight that the ginger no dey there now. So
You
we
don't reach
start,
like that.
the moral no dey there. So I will push him, he will push me. Then we'll stop, she will flog. I'll push him, he will push me. I will hit him on the floor, he will hit me. We keep doing that till it got to a point. There is no strength. He will just do me like this, I will just do him like this. My dad start to beg her that it's okay, they will not fight again. I think that's the last time I had a physical fight in my life, So, but since then, if we want to start the normal talking, are you crazy? Are you? Our brain will just tell us, you go start another. It's okay, it's all right. It's okay.
it's quite interesting, but I've met quite a lot of twins that will always share the same thing, that there was a fight at one point, there was fight at another point, and all of that. But the question that I want to ask, what was your parents' reaction during the days of your civil war?
Okay. Fortunately for us, we grew up mostly with our grandparents.
Oh.
My mom had to go back to school. My dad was a very busy man, always all over the place. So we were mostly with our grandparents. And why I say fortunately for us is that, growing up with grandparents has advantage. You go enjoy. Now you go run away from
You
enjoyment.
enjoy and you will learn.
You are not always at fault.
No, there's nothing we do that is even wrong.
No.
So nobody used to interfere. Our own, nobody said then lock gate, say fight. Like that, say only us go pursue each other around the whole house. But now so the thing go end. We'll not go blow person, say this person blow the other one mouth. So now just to pursue. If I catch you, then the other one start to run. You start to pursue him. Then all the, of course, verbal exchanges. So normally we were like, in our own instance, we were more like a comic relief.
Yeah.
Now so then go sit down, they just leave up. Because if you go and intervene, then you are in trouble with my grandparents. Because we will turn around on you. When Papa come, we go say, this person find us trouble. Meanwhile, you came to separate fight. So because it became impossible to separate our fight,
Mm.
we just sort of became like a comic relief. Everybody go sit down, they watch, they leave them alone. So it was really interesting. Like Dan said, we were very happy to come out of it by ourselves.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But ours is that there is some part that did not stop up till date. At times we have misunderstanding that I will not talk to him, he will not talk to me. The next thing, my elder brother might call me and be like, how are you doing? We'll greet. I'll say, he will say, how is my twin brother? I'll say, I don't know where he is. We are not in talking terms. He will say, I say, we are not. He will be like, you know that your brother is very wicked. He's not a nice person. That's why I keep telling him. You see now you have understood what I'm talking about. When he will talk finish, I will say, later when we settle, I tell you, do you know what he told him? He say you are very wicked. You understand? I will tell him that, see what this guy is advising you, that you are wicked, that he has been telling me. He say, then you will call him. He say, you see, you as an elderly person, that you are meant to say to your younger ones, you talk to him later. When they finish, say, that's not how I spoke to Prince, so that's not what I told him. Later you call me. So we discuss, you go tell him, Abi. Later you go tell me, say, when I get problem, make hear if I will talk to you again. And he will still repeat it.
Yeah. So I think it's quite interesting sometimes to just sit back and then replay what has been going on and the rest. Viewers, do not forget you are still with twinning with the Tagwayes, and in the studio we have Mr. Daniel, we have Mr. Samuel live here with us in the studio. Another question I would want to ask is, from all this experience, this time around I will start with Dan. If given the opportunity next time coming to the live, okay, you are coming to life again, and then you are asked, would you want to come back as twins or you want to come back as single? Like, are you coming as duo or you are coming as a solo artist? Something like that.
Okay, so I think that, like with many people who were born single, as you say, are not duo, I think that they had always fascinated themselves with how would it look like if I was a twin.
Mm.
And so that fascination also lies with me as well. I've always wondered, how would it have been if
you
I
are
was not a
single.
twin? So, in the light of that, and not for the experiences, these experiences I will leave it over and over again. But in the light of just imagining what would life have been,
If you are a single person.
yes. Therefore, in another world, I would want to have myself come single. But aside of that, these experiences that I've had, all the intrigues, all the misunderstandings, all the mistaken identities, I will leave it over and over again, because for me, all of this has stood out as one comic relief to some extent. In the moment it is happening, it's not coming, but at least in life, the quality of life of old people is when they are able to sit back and think back,
Yes,
and have a lot of things to laugh about.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the fact that in the moment it might not be comic relief, but after that you always go back to this. We can always sit in fora like this and discuss these things, and you will always have something to laugh about.
Of course.
Yes.
So for that, I would like to leave it over and over again.
So, there's this thing during our time, being that there is more of yabbing than fighting. So I don't know if it is the same with you guys looking for content you use to yab the other one. I could remember one certain time we went to, there's this place in Engawa, Katsina State. It's called Fadama. So usually you go there for fishing. So the villagers around there had a dog. And that dog came on him, pursued him, and was...
This paper, do you see that this paper is falling off?
I'll
Rest
pick it
well.
up if it falls.
And this story you want to tell now,
The story will not fall off. Don't worry. So the dog went after him. And as the dog went after him, the dog just went straight to his buttocks. I was laughing because that was a very big content for me to use anytime quarrel start. You understand? So I don't know if it's the same with you. I'll take it from someone.
Oh, well, I have never, unfortunately, or rather, I don't know how to put this, but I have never really found misfortunes coming his way or actually set traps to laugh at him. Not maybe not now. In the much younger days, yes, because we fought quite a lot. So if I had the wisdom at that time, I would have looked out for things with which to laugh at him. But it was just easy. It was just the conventional things, unfortunately for us. There was no such setting of traps. And even now, too, I won't go looking for traps to laugh at him. I thought that we have enough without looking for external things. Just inside, between two of us, look at each other and then say, see your head. See your big belly. You know, those we are at the time, unfortunately.
No, are you talking about the past or present?
In those days, when we were younger, we were...
No, when you mention look at your big belly, I'm just trying to know. Is it present or...
Unlike you, maybe both of you, Prince was always bigger. In our own case, it was not like that. When we were younger, we were the same size.
Yes.
Exactly the same size. In fact, if I felt sick, I'm just recovering from sickness now, so I might be a bit skinnier. But give me 3 weeks, I will catch up.
Yes.
I might even overtake him. Then he will go sick, and then he will reduce. So you that saw us 2 weeks ago and thought that the one will get flesh pass, now Sam, you will now be very wrong when you say, this one ain't get flesh pass. You'll be talking to the wrong person.
Yes.
So it was like that. We already had things to insult ourselves inside the house. We were not setting traps.
You had enough content.
Enough content.
But is there time where both of you turn out to be mischievous? Maybe now it's not about you setting the trap for him, you setting the trap for other people.
No.
Because of religious upbringing, also, I think. You know, this grandparents thing tells a lot.
Yeah.
My grandmother was highly revered in church, and so there's all that every day
morning and evening we are in church.
So there's all that upbringing that made us not go out to town to go and be mischievous. But again, there has always been that if that mischief come, you know, moments like that. So for instance, in school, when I'll give the example of one day when somebody will come and maybe try and have a fight with me. There is nothing that stops Sam from inheriting that fight. But that we will go out there and instigate it. We really never, maybe all that inkling was there, but we never got to be able to exhibit it because of that moral upbringing. And again, the village upbringing.
Yes.
You know, that villageness of those days when people were keen on morals. The typical village setting, not the modernized day setting, where morals was the in thing. So that was our upbringing. And so it made it difficult to attempt all that mischief. And you know, just like Sam said, if we look back and had the sense that we had now then, I'm sure maybe quite a lot of mischief will have come.
Well, in ours, I think there are but few. There is this our classmate then in primary school, Abu Bakr, you know. So there is this, I don't know what they call it. Do you know the name in English? But in Hausa it's called Rana. It's like bee.
It's like bee, yeah.
Yes.
It stings, you know. So, and we know where the stuff was on the tree. So we told Abubakar, let's go and find some fruits around
that place.
Yes. So we went there. He got close to the tree. Then we backed out. Then stoned
The tree.
The thing, you know, it's like bee. So we thought it's just a normal thing that maybe it will just sting him. He will run. All of us will laugh. So when the thing was, the guy did not understand what is happening. He was there. He did not move. And we were running so that it doesn't get to us. This thing crowded this boy. Was like it was
stung the hell out of him.
He was running. He was running, beating it, running. So when we got to school, he was pointing at us that we had one that took him there. Before you know, his face got swollen. Serious issue. We never knew that the thing would get to that level. They took the boy to our parents. So we did not go home that day from school. Because the boy and the parents went to our house, and my parents treated him in the hospital. So I think it was around 8 o'clock in the night that one of our family friend, brought both of us to the house and started explaining to my dad, children, they said they were playing, they were this, but the boy narrated exactly the way the thing happened. That we lured him to.
Okay, there's in twins sometimes you hear this one is the is it the senior, or this one is the junior. I don't know. In your own case, who is the senior? Like in the north, you have Hassan and Husseini. So usually Hassan is the senior and Husseini is the younger one, or sort of, even though they are twins. So in your own case, I don't know.
So what we
But
did,
anyway, in our own case, we're still in that Cold War. Yeah.
I think my mom solved that problem for us.
Okay.
So she sort of knocked out the idea of seniority amongst us. So that's one question that both of us will normally avoid whenever anybody asks. We will just avoid it. And between ourselves too, it's a question that is avoided. We do bear the Yoruba version of the Hassan and Husseini, which also fortunately is left in the same position. The Taiwo and Kehinde is left in that, because the Yoruba folklore, we say that Kehinde is actually the senior. But some modern Yoruba teaching will say, no, Taye is the senior. So just as with those names that we have, that we have at the back of our heads, it's as mischievous as those names. So we too, even when you say, but your name is Taye now, I'll be like, do you know that in Yoruba folklore, there are people who think that Kehinde is a senior? So we usually just avoid that conversation.
But in ours, up till date, my mom refused to do the same. Do you understand? Up till date, she has not said, you are the senior or you are the younger. Do you understand? She has left it, drag it. So in the drag, I did drag her.
No, so
but you don't big pass up now.
No,
that's
so
all.
the thing is,
the problem biologically.
Exactly.
our mom was not able to,
Keep track.
solve the problem. But my grandmom, my maternal grandmom, solved the issue. She told him that I am the senior. He knows. She said so. You understand?
Is she the one that gave birth to us?
No, I'm telling
Was
you.
she
And
there?
also,
She was not even
if you
there.
look very
But
closely,
she was not close with.
if you
Was
look,
she there when you
if
were
you
born?
look,
She was not there.
no, listen. If you look very closely among twins, you will find out there is one that acts more matured. He's more quiet.
No, you need to rephrase that.
And he's
No,
more.
The thing is, who is that person?
No, I'm
okay,
just telling you. And when it comes to decision making, you find out that he is the one that usually makes the decisions. He's not shouty, he's not loud, he's not this, he's not that. In your own case, I can say that I have seen somebody who does that. Between yourself, Samuel, and Daniel.
So who will you say does that now?
Does what?
Who will you say does that?
So who does Which doors?
When they display the maturity.
Anyway, I see that more with Dan. Dan is more quiet. He hardly
No,
talks.
that's
I'm
where
coming.
you get it. You
I'm
got
coming.
it totally wrong.
I'm coming.
Sam too is quiet now.
No. Dan is quiet. And when you look carefully, and the way two of them behave, today I now realize why they behave the way they behave. Because they grew up with elderly people.
Yeah.
So people who are trained and brought up by elderly people, outside people will tell you, they have too much sense. You understand? You think they are foolish, but they have solved the equation even before you arrive. You understand? That's how they are. So I see that more with Dan.
Sam is the same. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Anyway, viewers.
Do you know you will send Sam message that please I want you to follow up this thing for me. This that whether I will talk to Dan as well. You want to go and talk to Dan? And don't talk to Dan. This guy is coming to complain to you. So that's the tension down. You say no problem. So when you're saying of maybe who act much, all of them does the same.
Because in our own case, I act more matured.
Can you imagine?
You understand?
Can you imagine?
So I don't know why Nelson put me and you in the same direction.
I think he has divided the line.
That's what I'm saying. But all the same, viewers, I'm not happy to say that we have come to the end of the program. They've been alerting me since. At this juncture, I want to use...
End of the podcast anyway.
I want to thank our guests who found time out of their busy schedules to come and be with us in the studio. I hope when next we invite you, you will definitely come.
Oh, most certainly. I mean, anything for you. We are now brothers.
Oskov. You know, Sophia will not say, of course. So, Oskov.
Let it not come and sound like a Russian name.
So, thank you very much, viewers. See you next time, and do enjoy yourselves.